Okay, so hit the record button. Let's get started. So, I want to talk about a very big part of my life, and that is that I have bought a house. And I bought a house at the age of 23 last year, basically, which is 2024. Right now it's 2025. So, I bought it last year. I am 23 years old. And I bought it in, I think, October or September, somewhere around that lines. Yeah, we started our thing in August. We started seeing houses in June, July, August, and then we finally bought a house in October. I think September, October. I don't know. The main part about all of this, I think I no, I think it's in September, not in October. September. Yeah. I want to go through like my entire reason why I went and I bought a house because it's too early, right? I still don't know if I'm even gonna stay in Bhopal, so it's too early for that. I know it's very early, and I want to talk about the entire reason and everything. That I want to just talk about my life a little, and then I'm able to do this. It's so amazing how I'm able to do it, and um, what you can learn from it. And then I have a lot of backstory, I have a lot of story of what's gonna happen as well. So I'd love if you would watch it till the end. I hope this helps you out in any way possible. It's gonna be a long video, so I might make parts of it. Anyways, for that being said, let's get it straight. About the house, it's a 4 BHK apartment. It's in a decent posh colony, and it's worth 1.7 crores. And I did not take a loan. This 1.7 crores includes all government fees, so all the registration charges and everything. And yeah, I don't have an EMI on this. I'm paying it full cash, white money, because I paid taxes on this money, and I'm just now buying that house. It was a lot of it's a lot of taxes. I'm not gonna lie. Um, I tried my best to manage out the taxes, but anyways, I want to start from the very basics. I'm from a very middle class family, right? So throughout my life, um, there has been a lot of baggage in terms of I've felt that my parents have done too much for me, and I've never been able to give them back anything for that matter because I've always done bad in life in general. So I've not been good at sports. I've been good at studies, but not the best at studies. In to They basically what they did for me was they went to Bangalore, and for me, my parents went to Bangalore, and they like my dad was not even doing his job in Bangalore. He used to live in a different city, and my mom and my brother who used to live with me in Bangalore, and we rented a very expensive house in Bangalore, and it was very expensive to pay rent in both the cities. And then my dad would come only on weekends, and it was very hectic for him as well. He had to leave his family for me for my studies, and he did that all that for me. And it's time to pay back. I've never been able to do anything for them, and I want to go beyond that. I want to explain you what happened. So in Bangalore, I don't even know how to put this up, but in 2020, um, no, in this was in 2017, 2018, I think we went through a very bad time there. My mom was very ill, and I saw my family's life savings just vanish overnight. Like at that time, it was not a huge dent, but our liquidity was just gone. It was just down to zero. My dad, who was a workaholic, who never takes holidays, not even on my birthday, not even on his birthdays. He never takes a holiday. It took a 3 month leave, or yeah, I think it was 3 to 4 months. And he was just sitting next to my mom all the time. And to me, that was like, that opened my eyes up. That scared me. Okay. And, you know, it was so expensive. The house rent, it was in a very posh colony. They just wanted to live in a posh colony so that, just so that we get a good nurturing. It's very different. I don't know how to explain it to you guys, but my parents spent so much money on me. They gave me an IIT coaching, where they were spending lakhs every year. They gave my brother a very good education, but they spent a lot on our education. I don't know why middle class people do that. It's just so, I don't know. I would have probably not done that for my kids if I was in the similar situation. And coming up from that, like seeing all the liquidity dry up in the family, obviously we did have some investments, but they were enough. But nobody's trying to sell their investments to live. It doesn't work that way, right? And then from that we somehow recovered. I went into a college. I disappointed them. I did not get into an IIT or NIT. Luckily my brother is now studying in an IIT, so they're very happy. They would be very happy if I would leave trading and just do a job, but about that sometime later. um, then what happened next was, I would say, उसके बाद क्या हुआ? The funny part, we, not a funny part, but like a bad tragic part. We recovered from that. I was in college in Bhopal for 4 years. They were in Bangalore. Then they later came to Bhopal. They shifted to Bhopal in COVID. That was all fine. It was all going okay. There was a huge fuck up I did in my college. I was not getting any job and stuff. That's a different part. That's my personal part, right? But what happens is once I start to just get stable. So I was not even stable at this point. I was still like making money, losing it, making money, losing it. This was, I think, 2021, 2022, around that time. Yeah, it was like around that time, yeah. And 2022 had just started out. So I think it was that time. Or 2023, yeah, sorry, 2022 ending. And we get a news, and my mom again gets very ill. And this time around, the bill is very huge. The bill is so huge that even after everything, so even after all the medical stuff like she had to go through, and I'm not gonna say the entire thing, but even after everything that she went through, the only medications after her, all the problems that she went through, only the medications. So there was a huge bill at the hospital. We again went to Bangalore, did all the stuff. She came back, and there was a huge bill for just medication. So just for an injection every month, we were spending close to 2 lakh rupees a month. And it was insane. I just don't know how to tell you this, but if I had got a job, right? If I had got a job, if my dad had got a job, currently we would have been, even till today, we would have been just repaying a loan that we would have had to take for my mom, and we would just be praying that nothing again goes wrong in our lives. And that would have been crazy. Like, I just sometimes think how lucky I got, to a point that, okay, in 2023 I was able to pay that bill. I was able to afford that thing. I was able to pay for my parents this thing. A lot of it they paid themselves, and the rest of it I did. So I'm grateful that I was able to do it. But that is some huge luck. Plus, like, obviously it was, I did work hard for it, but working hard doesn't work, right? Working hard doesn't work for everyone. It works for only a few people, and it worked for me. And I can't say, I can't tell you the kind of gratitude I have for that particular moment. That kind of luck is crazy. So again, parents spent a lot of money for education of my brother, but that's all fine. For him, it worked out, so he's doing well. Um, Now, I've written down a few points that I wanted to cover. So now, this house is basically an emotional purchase, and I'll explain to you why. My mom loves to decorate her house. She has always done it. My dad always, tries to tell her to buy certain things. So like whenever they go shopping, if they look at something and my mom feels that, I want to buy this, we do. Okay. My dad pushes her to buy all the good things for a house, and like she likes to decorate it. She has not been able to do that for the last 1 or 2 years, 3 years, basically, because I mean, we have done a lot of things in this house, but we did not do as much as we wanted to. So also, like, let me just give you a small background. We have always lived rented. This is the first time that we came back in our house. So we had bought this house, I don't know, maybe like in 2010 or something like that. I don't remember. I don't know exactly. My parents bought this house. This is a 3 BHK, and it's a pretty decent sized house, but the society isn't that great, because like the society is good, but it's not well maintained. So the people are good, but the society isn't well maintained. So, and there's not a lot of parking, and there are like lots of those issues. Um, so even though this is our own house, we were not able to do a lot of things to this house. I don't know why she didn't do it. Like it's just a lot of pain to work around the house when you're already living in it. So she didn't do it. And now I have a chance to give something back, right? To give, I want my parents to live in luxury, even though if I don't live in that house, I want to go around the world. I wanted to give my parents a luxury because this new apartment, it's in a good society. It has its own swimming pool. It has its own home, like has its own movie theater for like with a lot of chairs. It has its own badminton court. All those good things. It has a good society, posh society. I would even say there's a Porsche 911 in the क्या बोलते हैं parking. So it's a good society, Porsche society. The bunch of Mercedes, bunch of BMWs, bunch of Range Rovers. So that's good. And yeah, like in Bhopal, like properties are much cheaper than other places. So like it's a second tier city, right? So we got it for a bargain. It's a gated society, so it already has a tower with 3 BHK houses, and then this tower was coming up a new coming, which is a 4 BHK tower. Then there's a small 1 BHK tower that is there. That's just mainly for like how do I tell you? So that's like more like a thing that mm, it's more like a government rule in Madhya Pradesh that you have to make a small tower for low income group. Okay. Then there is another tower that's coming up for another 4 BHK, identical to ours, which will start once our house is finished. Okay. So this tower, it's been like 2 years. It has already started. It has already like 90% occupied, 2 3 years, and it's already 100% sold. People are already living it, and most of the tenants are they like there are hardly any tenants. Most of the people live themselves there, so that's nice. And those apartments were much smaller, right? So that's why I didn't want to get that. The size of the houses were much smaller. That's the only reason why I didn't get that. But this house is a new house, so this is the first time we'll just get into a new house. Even our this current house, we rented it for a very long time. Like we gave it out for rent for a very long time, and now we are finally living in it. This time around, I want my mom to do all the interior that she wants to do in that house, like you know just enjoy that feeling. And considering that 90% of my personal time is also in the home because my office plus house is the same thing, it will not be a problem with me also spending some money extra for the house. um, so yeah, the way I bought the house, I trade for a lot of brokers. I trade myself. So I got a lot of proceeds out of it, and I just put that back to the house. Whew, yeah, so that's the holy grail. Again, I don't have really a ton of money to spend on the interior. I can't spend like 40, 50 lakhs on the interior. That's not the kind of money that I have right now. I'd made a very good decision buying this house because consider it like this. The reason why I bought this house was because I saw a lot of my friends lose money in trading. I saw a lot of random people lose money in trading, and I got scared, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna dump what I have, a part of it, like 50% of what I have, into a house. That's basically what I did. But this is like 40, 50% of my net worth now, which is fine. I mean, a house can be even 80% of your net worth, and it's okay. I wanted to make an asset that is illiquid so that I don't I don't reach out to that when I lose money in trading. I have a decent amount of savings. I can spend a bit on interior, but not as much as I thought I would be able to. I thought I'd put about 40 lakhs on interior. That's not the case anymore. I'll probably put like 15, 20 max. And I think that should be enough. We don't want something crazy fancy. We just want lots of flowers, lots of that because my mom loves that. More simplistic, more chill vibe. And we have a lot of interior already. Like we bought a lot of interior for this house, so we can just use it there. A bunch of things are already there, so we can just put that stuff there. It would work fine. I definitely don't need anything for my particular room. Like my particular room is all good. I could just transfer most of it, like 90% of it just there, and it will be fine. Um, what else? What else do I want to talk about on the house? So I definitely missed on a bunch of points. Yeah, there is no EMI. There is no nothing. I paid cash. Grateful to do that. I don't want to take any loans. I'm even paying off my cars now. Like I just gonna pay them 100%. So yeah, I mean that's where I am right now. Um, again, I'm not trying to sell you any course or anything. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, bye bye.